Hello, everybody. Okay, happy December Daily, day 8. That's where we are. Crazy. At least that's what I'm doing today. So, grab the stream here. So, today I am going to scrapbook. This is our layout from yesterday with the flip out, and then here's the journaling done on that. I'm not loving this card, but better done than none, I'm going to say. And I could maybe, let me see what happens if I do this now that I'm looking at this. I could pop a little, maybe I'll pop an extra sticker on here now that I think about this. I don't know. It's okay, but I don't love the way the washi worked out in here after all is said and done. Hey, Julie. So as long as I'm thinking about this right now, I think I'm going to pop a sticker right there. Might as well do it while I'm thinking of it. And by the way, best laid plans, obviously I didn't get on to do this morning. And that's fine. Life happens sometimes. We did yesterday, and I'm going to scrapbook about this. We did a wine walk yesterday with my sister and brother-in-law, and sweet, they gave the tickets to us for our birthdays, which was really fun. And it had nothing to do with the amount of wine we drank. I really kind of tried to watch what I was doing there because I've been sick. I haven't been drinking and all of that. But I think being out inside and outside for 3 hours was a little too hard on my body, and I did not feel good this morning, most definitely. So I didn't get on this morning, and then this afternoon, dear boyfriend and I did a little bit of exploring and some of that kind of stuff, and had a really good time this afternoon and early evening. But I really kind of have to watch what I'm doing. So I think I'm going to do my favorite season here. And this one, I might have, I have a nativity kind of collection that I probably could have found something to work with that, but there we go. So now when you look at this, you get the red and green. So I feel a little bit better about that. So that's a little addendum to yesterday's page. After I went and looked back at it, I didn't love it. But hi Nancy, good to see you. I do not have to worry about anything for today because we're going to work on the back side of this. And then I think I'd said that I knew I hadn't included any of these 2 4x6s and wondered if I was going to need some sort of flip out. He is dear boyfriend. Anyway, so I said I was going to kind of consciously think about taking landscape photos, and I did. So I have those. Now, here, speaking of dear boyfriend, there he is with me. And then this is my sister. So we just had a fun time. They live in a small town, and they did this wine walk. They have an old-fashioned square, like a town square, which is really sweet. And then all the businesses around it were involved in this wine walk, and they had really awesome hors d'oeuvres and that kind of stuff. And we went back to their house and had a little bit of grilled cheese and tomato soup and played a couple games and just had a great evening. So that's what all these pictures are of. And so my brother-in-law, my sister, me, and my boyfriend here. And just my sister and I in a liquor store. But we were taking this to show. We took a picture and sent it to my mom because she texted us both and asked us if we were making mischief. and then told us to remember the family name, which is an old saying from when I was a kid. So anyway, lots of fun. So those are the photos we're going to work with today. Obviously, I'm not sure if you can tell this, but these, because they're a cell phone, are actually shorter than a typical 4x6. So I will use paper behind that. I just have to decide what I'm going to do. And then this is the piece we use to tell us where to go for the businesses for this wine walk. And I put the Allie Edwards, the little Allie Edwards pieces there, so that'll just lay in there. Thinking of maybe decorating across this. We did have so much fun last night that we said we want to do this every year. My problem was when I got home, I had some massive coughing attacks and it wasn't great. So today my boyfriend and I spent some time together, and then we were going to do a drive-through light show, which for a reason didn't end up starting until an hour later than it should have. And instead of staying, we both said, you know what? We did a lot last night. We got home late. Let's just go home. And we stopped at a couple of subdivisions on our way home to see some Christmas lights. So that was really fun. And we had a good time doing that. And now we're both home early, and I think that's good. So I'm going to lay that aside here. I have a plan. I'm thinking if I could find a light string here. And I have one on the sticker sheet from Happy Holidays, but it's too small. So I'm going to look in this book, this sticker book, and see if I can find it. And then I am thinking that I grabbed some cards that are just filler cards that I might be able to use. Just kind of wanted to lay this up and see what these look like. This is a highly pink spot there. I could put something there. And just have that fa la la, which is not enough color for me. That's okay. Like I could check, like lots of stuff in the season. I think that it's the most wonderful time of the year is a little cream. And then I have that. So that kind of works. And, depending what I do for paper behind this, going back and forth. And I'm thinking, what I could do is I could just put a piece of paper behind here, like just a 3x4 paper. I'm going to just put those there in case I decide to use them, but could do a 3x4 piece of paper here. And then I grabbed the chipboard because I really haven't used much to see if I could. Oh, okay. So here's a thing that says good cheer. So that would be fun to use somewhere. Like I could use it across here. Feeling festive. Oh, there's a thing that says it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And I think that would be nice. Their town square, they light all the buildings around the square, and then they do a light show, including tunnels and that kind of stuff, that's programmed to do the music. The lights go to the music. So that's really cool. We'll do that and we'll see how that goes. I did pull this sheet of stickers. I could probably pop that day 8 right down here. So that's kind of in my thoughts, a few things. Let's look at this and see. Oh, there's a light string right here. So this is that Happy Holidays book. Oh, actually, it's 3. Okay, so this could be really cool because there's 3 light strings and they're kind of separate here. There's also a holly one as well too, but I could make these go across this as far as I want. So let's see. I'm going to do a quick measurement here. 10. So this will be the midpoint right here. Hopefully you could see that. Sorry, guys, I wasn't thinking about the fact that that might be hard for you to see. Actually, that's not the midpoint. I don't know what I did. because that didn't work out quite right. Okay, let me do this again. I don't think I can get 4 of these on here. So I'm just going to do it like this. We'll separate them a little bit. Make it look like they're kind of lit. That will remind me of all the lights that we saw and how they did that. Yeah. Okay, I'm not loving quite how that looks, so let me see if I can. They might overlap a little bit here, but I think that'll be okay. I think I'm gonna like that a little bit better. Okay, that looks a little bit more like a string of lights. Okay, so that'll sit in the book like this. There's a little bit of decoration on that piece. You know, I still have that one out that I was talking about yesterday, whether I'm going to put something on the back of it or not. But I think that's enough decoration. It'll pull it and tie it back into this. So I'm already seeing then, there's a lot of red here. This will sit like this. This is red, so I need to do another color behind it. I'm thinking green. And then if I did this green here for the December 8th, that would all kind of work well, and then I could do a green card here. So let me grab my folder, and I just saw that green paper is a nice option from this year's Happy Holidays collection. Let me see. I have 2 folders worth of paper at the moment with this collection, just because I have so much to start out with, although it's getting less and less. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll do a really nice job. So what, oh, and this, it looked like, okay, it looked for a second like the colors are different. They're not. It just kind of looked at, okay, so I need 4 4x6s. So that's an easy measurement to cut here. And I'll just do that one on my trimmer instead of the sometimes lazy way I like to do this. This paper is the Happy Holidays Ornaments and Bows paper, if anybody's wondering, that I'm going to be using. And sorry, this part's not the most exciting. Okay, so then, and I think it won't fully even be like 4x6. There still will be here. So if I look at how this actually goes, there'll be a little bit, I can either justify it towards one end and leave a big piece of paper or do it in the middle. And my preference is going to be to do that in the middle. So let me cut a 4-inch strip so that we'll have 4 of these. And then I'll do another 4-inch. And then we'll cut it to 3x4 so we can put that on it. And I love the way that looks. And actually, I think what I'm going to do is give myself some room here. I've got a lot of stuff going on. Put it on the back side. Work on getting these on the back sides of these photos here. Remember I said yesterday that I'd probably need to trim a little bit here, so you're going to see some of this boring stuff going on. A little tough to get that out. There we go. That's why I think if it was... Okay, so this needs to go on the back of this. Definitely going to need a little trimming on the photograph, which I knew. I think Barbara said yesterday after watching my struggles with my ATG, she determined that the ATG wasn't for her. And I will definitely give you that the ATG can be kind of a pain. But as you guys are watching this, my ATG is 12 years old. And it's done a lot of work. So, I mean, I'm having more issues with my ATG than I would say is probably normal. They can be, there's definitely a learning curve with them. They can be a pain here and there, but nothing like this. This is worse than it normally would be, really, honestly. It's just that mine is at the end of its life, and it's because it's been a good soldier. It's done a lot of work. Okay, so we've got that one. I'm going to come back in now, and let's see, how did I have these? This one here, and I think that one there. Yes. So let's get this one out, and I think it makes it easier. There we go. It's going to make it easier all around to pull things in. Not that I need to pull things in and out, but it will, because these photos are actually a little bit bigger than 3 inches wide. That's just the way it's coming off the printer. I'm not quite sure why that is, but it is. Okay, so we're going to just do this and line those up. I'm sorry, this is not the exciting part of this. I promise we will get to the embellishing. Okay, so then we're going to pop. And I love that these side mount. Remember, if you didn't see this when I showed you this, and I can't remember who pointed this out, but I have this laying like this right now, but you can turn these and flip them so that it can be on the other side as well. So if you buy these, and I know a couple of you have already mentioned that I enabled you to do that, just remember that. Okay, then we need to get this one and this one together. And you really actually probably don't need a heck of a lot of glue on these, because just so they don't slide away from each other. And then, oops, and I want to do this the other way, just so that they don't slide away from each other, basically, is it. And then I'm going to actually cut this on my trimmer because, sorry guys, it's a little wonky here. Ooh, that did not cut very well. I'm going to do one more cut here. Okay. This trimmer, I have a Caterpillar Pro platform trimmer. There we go. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. And then last but not least, I need to find a card that I like. And actually, before I do that, since I have this all done, I'm going to pop this chipboard on the outside of the pocket. And the reason I'm doing that is because then I won't, the paper can't slide out quite as easily. So let's find, and I think these cards I like, but not in this particular application. So right away, that would be a good one. Green's a little off there, maybe a little bit less green. Because I'm thinking green, not red, because we'll have the green showing through here. Maybe red, let's see. And then I could add a little green to that. Okay, I actually like the red a lot better. Let's flip through the cards quick. that one may be the best one, but I'm just gonna check to see if there's anything else that I like better. I still have a lot of these cards left. I actually think I like the red in that one a little bit better. Yeah, that's the one we're gonna do. Okay, and that'll give me lots of room for journaling and talking about what we did this night. I'll probably pop a little sticker or something on this one, but let's get these. I think this is going to need to be trimmed up a little bit. And then when I do this, I always check to make sure I'm justifying on the side that I don't have to cut on. Which is what I'm doing here. And I'm working a little low here. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to just leave this out because I'm going to play around with that a little bit and love it. Okay, and let's get these down onto these pieces of paper, and then everything after this should go really quick. This one definitely needs something across the bottom because there's a lot of space there. And I think once this paper is in, I think this is going to make a big difference. Okay, like, yeah. Love, 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 love the way that looks. And now I've got cohesion going across. I just need to get a little bit of green on that side. And definitely, I think this one should have the December 8th sticker to it. Label. There we go. I like the way that one looks. Funny story. If you can't really see my sister's hair here because she has this crazy blinking hat on, but my sister has really dark brown hair. As I've gotten older, my hair has darkened, and I'll highlight, but I was blonde as I was into a kid, and then once I hit my 30s, I started to darken. But I never thought we looked all that much alike. But when you see us, we have the same chin, we have the same nose, we have the same like cheeks and smile, to the point that we both have a little bit of an overbite. It's crazy. We noticed that in a running picture we took together where it was big, just our faces a couple years ago, and we both went, wait, we don't look anything alike, but we actually really do. We're just dark and light versions of each other. Okay. So there we go. Excellent. I like how this is working so far. Okay, then. So I think I should put something in there. The question is, oh, here's a cute one that says, let's drive around and look at the Christmas lights. I could use that for tonight. Where's my phrases again? So I'm thinking, do I want to use something thin across there? Like it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas would be good. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas would be perfect, but maybe those need to be red. Yeah, I think this needs to be red across there. So we're going to do, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. And this is nice because it's, that phrase is really long, so it really needs to almost go on a 4x6 photo like that. So this, I was thinking like maybe a little sprig of holly or something like that. So let's see what I have on these sheets. There is a little sprig here, And I do kind of like, actually I should look at this sticker book if I can see if I can have one of those, because this one has a little pink in it, and that would be nice with this. Oh, here's some holly berries too, so that could be good. Let's go back here. This is the Happy Holidays sticker book. So there we go. And let's see where else I can find some holly-like things. Holly or mistletoe. This is one of those where you need a scrapbooker designing these things. I'm going to cover that heart with that. And then, so we have, maybe not one on here. Actually, I like that better. And I think nothing on this. One on this. I will, by the way, back these together. So nothing on that. I think that looks good. And then if we flip this, now you're not going to see this here. Looks like this would be a good spot for something. And let's go back to my stickers again. And this one, I think I'm going to use the in the air. Oops. Okay, hold on a second. To be careful here so I don't rip the sticker. Okay, so in the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. I think I'm going to use on this one. And then let me see if I can come back and find that little holly leaf. Okay. There it is. Okay, let's add this little holly leaf. Oops. Try to get that. There we go. Okay. So I think that's good. Now, let's talk about pictures that are imperfect, actually, now that I'm thinking about this. Because there are two photos in here that I would say are definitely imperfect. This one, when Dear Boyfriend took the picture of us with this, it's hard to see, but my sister and I are standing behind these two T's. He cut off part of that Y. You know what? This picture is still something I want in this book. And then this one back here, my sister looks a little bit goofy. It's a little blurry, but we have our wine glasses on the wine walk and that kind of stuff. And I want those things to appear in this book. So I'm going to leave them, even though the pictures might be imperfect. I think really, especially in a book like this where you go for an entire season, you have to look like Endgame. We want it to tell a story, and that's definitely what this is doing. It's definitely telling a story. So I'm okay that things are imperfect here. And I love the way this layout has turned out. Seriously, some decoration, but not too much craziness. And I think when you turn this, even though, you've got day 8 here, when you turn this, you can tell we're wearing the same things. We have some things in common with layouts over here so that you understand that all goes together. I don't worry about dating the next day. And now I have this particular page protector mixed in with all my days so far. So loving that whole idea as well. All right, you guys, I think I'm done. I don't think I'm going to do anything more. I I could add enamel dots, but I think it's just fine as it is. I think this is another case of I have a lot of photos. Let's just go with this, and that'll be, oh, I forgot this. And then this will lay over the top like this with those lights to give myself, hey Harmony, this will give me a little nod. These little light strings are a little nod. I love to do that in my 12 by 12 layouts. I love to do that in stuff like this, where the products I'm using are some sort of visual cue to me about what was going on in the pages. And that's, you know, I'll remember those beautiful lights in the square, even though I don't have one photo here of the square. And none of us took pictures of the square. Although I have from a couple years ago when I saw that light show the first time, I do have photos from that time. And then the other thing is there's more photos here. I will probably do a 12 by 12 layout with at least some of these photos again, just because I have a lot of, I was concentrating on taking those landscape photos so much that I didn't take many 3x4s or vertical photos or portrait-based photos. So anyway, so then that goes like this, and I have the names of the places. I have the wine that was my favorite wine of the night all starred and everything, so that when I want to come back and buy it again, it's in there, which is kind of a cool thing. And that's the way that works. So there's the layout for day 8. Obviously, I will be back again tomorrow with day 9. And I have a date with a book tonight. I have 17 pages in the book I'm currently reading. And when I finish that book tonight, I will have officially read 180 books this year, which that is just crazy. Speaking of crazy, but I'm really excited to hit that goal. Plus, it's a good story. I'm reading a book called A Winter in New York by Josie Silver, in case anybody is interested. It's not Christmas per se. There is definitely a little bit of Christmas theme around it. It's more winter and that kind of stuff, but definitely a fun read if you're looking for something to read holiday wise. And I turn most of my reading at this time of the year to winter or Christmas, just because I think it's fun to do that. So that is a lot of books, you guys. I started out a couple of years ago because I wasn't reading as much as I used to. I was scrapbooking so much. So now scrapbooking has suffered a little bit for the reading. But, and I promised myself I would read at least 10 pages a day. And I think that year I read like 39 books. The next year I read 75, and I've just been increasing it. I'm not trying to read more. I'm okay if I read less, but that's what's happening. So anyway, all right, you guys, my voice is starting to go. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, you guys. My voice is starting to go, so I think it's time to say goodbye. So we save that for you guys tomorrow. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.